Are you sacrificing time with your kids and family due to overtime, double shifts, extra shifts, or multiple jobs? I get it. I've been there too. Turn between providing for my family and being present for them. And we are live. Good evening
Yeah.
from my side, of course. Good morning, good afternoon from wherever part of the world you are. I am Ryan Alexander Lim. I'm a registered nurse by profession, all the way from the Philippines, but I work as a nurse educator for 19 years. So I will be a nurse educator for 20 years by February of next year. So it's been a long time. And I'm a dad of two, of course, a husband. I'm a proud digital business owner. So tonight, this is my 99th episode of
Yeah.
Stories Behind the Digital Business. So we will be featuring successful stories. And of course, I'm so happy because we have here a nurse also from Canada. So we have brother Dustin. So bro, can you have a short background about yourself before venturing into this digital business?
Yeah, of course. Well, thanks, Ryan, for having me. I really appreciate you. Yeah, my name is Dustin. I am from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So as you can tell, the business is global, which is what I love about this business as well. So just like yourself, Ryan, I've been a nurse for 16 years. I actually was trying to find something or some way to help people. And that was my passion, right? And just like probably like yourself, I wanted to help people in some way. And so I ventured into the nursing realm, was doing it for 16 years. And then just 6 years ago, I stumbled across this business and lo and behold, my life completely changed. So, and just like yourself, I'm not a dad, but I was looking for a way out, right? I was burnt out. I was working those 12 to 16-hour shifts. I was always away from my family. And then unfortunately, 4 years ago, I lost my dad just traumatically overnight. And so that was a big eye opener for me that something needed to change. And I wanted to be, more present for the people that I loved. So, this business has done it for me. So thank you again for having me.
Okay, thank you for that, brother Justin. I think you already answered our first question, but you can add.
Yes.
Okay, what inspired you to start the digital business? Or I think your greatest why or pain points.
Of course.
Pain.
Yeah, I think everyone has a pain point, right? I mean, obviously, it's there's a lot of us who come into this business for, multiple reasons. I
Yeah,
think majority of us come into this business to help a little bit with finances, right? We're looking for an
yeah,
extra $100. We're looking for an extra $1,000 a month because we know expenses are high, right? Grocery bills are crazy. Those payments are crazy, but it's deeper than that, right? There is that burning
yeah,
desire, that burning why that we want more than just that, right? So I'd imagine for you yourself, you're a dad, you have two kids, you want to be more present for them. And then you probably want to leave a legacy for them, right? You want to see them successful. You want to leave something for them. So for me, it was really that I was getting burnt out. 16 years as a floor nurse, working multiple, 12 to 16-hour shifts, working a lot of night shifts. I was a night shift guy. So I slept during the day all the time. I was never awake during the daytime. I was awake at night. So my schedule was already opposite. So trying to, spend time with family, trying to spend time with friends, trying to spend time with anybody, it was difficult because days that I was off, they were working. Or days that I was sleeping, they were off, right? So it started becoming a little bit lonely being someone who's single, a single guy. I'm not married, I don't have two kids. So it's becoming a little bit lonely. I've had relationships in the past as well, but it just was feeling a little bit lonely. So I needed a change. And that was my big thing is I needed a change, not only for myself, but for my family. And so that's when I stumbled across this business 6 years ago. I have two Canadian men who were doing this business successfully. They were traveling the world. They were becoming debt free. In my mind, I couldn't fathom how they were making so much money per month. Even it was like crazy, right? But so I was like, got curious. I was wondering what it was all about. And so that's when I just dove right in because I wanted to be like them. And I think that is the amazing thing. We're always trying to aspire to be like somebody else. We kind of want their life, not really comparing to their life, but we just want the life that they have. And so not only that, for me, it was like I just discussed, I lost my dad, 4 years ago, just overnight, he was gone. And so then for me, it was like, life is short. Like it really hit me. Like I know being a nurse, life is short, but when you lose somebody who's very close to you, who's a role model, who you love, who you look up to, and then they're suddenly just gone, it just changes you, right? It just changes you as a person. And so just seeing my mom and being lonely and by herself, I knew that this business was my way out. And so that was my starting phase of, wanting to get into the business, right? That was my burning desire. And that's something that always I look back to, a business is never linear, right? It's always going to be a roller coaster. There's always going to be days where you are in your lowest of lowest. You might want to throw in the towel. It might be difficult, like a business is never linear. I mean, it's a business, right? But the thing about having a why is that's what keeps you going forward, right? That's what keeps you moving ahead when things get tough.
Yeah, that's really true, brother, because I really resonate you because it's really hard to be a night shift because you're awake on the night, then during daytime, instead of doing something, of course, you need to sleep because you have another work schedule in the nighttime.
Yeah.
So I think this is a very good one, especially for those nurses out there. Of course, we all know nurses are very hardworking people, and they are one of the, I can say that people who wants to who are trying their best to work hard, then sometimes they are trading time with money. So that's the reason why. Thank you so much for that, brother. And of course, talking about our parents. For me, my parents are also aging, and that's one of the reasons because we are here in the USA. Of course, my parents are in the Philippines, so we need to visit them more often because, of course, they're aging right now.
Yeah.
So next one, brother, is what achievements did you fulfill in this business?
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, everyone's journey. I mean, I think your journey is going to be, completely different, than mine. But I think there's going to be some overlap there, right? I think everybody who comes into a business, there's always going to be an overlap, right? So a big thing for me, obviously, financial achievements, have been a huge thing, and I can kind of get into that, in a little bit. But I think the big thing for me right now is time freedom. I've never had the opportunity in my life where you have a parent who is gone, and then you have a widowed mother who's by herself and lonely and, going through depression and all of her own issues. And so now having a business where I am no longer having to have a boss. So for me, I've walked away from my nursing job after 16 years this April. So I just do this business full time. So that's a huge achievement for me, right? I never thought that'd be possible at 39 to walk away from my nursing career at 39, right? But now I have the opportunity where anytime my mom is struggling or anytime my mom needs to see me, I'm there for her and I can show up for her, and I can show up for her when I want to as well. Whereas if I had a job, I couldn't do that, right? I couldn't see her when I wanted to. I'd spend more time at my job than I would be with my family, right? So that's an important piece for me now that I feel like I bought my time freedom back. When I say bought, it's just I've worked hard for it, right? I mean, obviously it's a business, any business is never super easy, but it's not super difficult, right? I mean, realistically, we're really talking about ourselves and what the business has done for us. We're really talking about the business opportunity, right? That's what I love about what this business is. And we're seeing other people have the means to change their life, right? So for me, in itself is a big achievement for me. When I see somebody else thriving and doing well and seeing that this business has changed their lives, that's a big achievement for me, right? And then, secondly, a financial, being a person who's been in this business for 6 years and the first time ever in my life seeing a six-figure lump sum in a whole year, making almost $200,000 in my very first year of doing this business. As a nurse, I never hit like six figures, right? I think one year, I think I got to like $99,000, but I never hit like 200 grand in 1 year, right? And that's my first year of this business, right? And then it's just gotten better ever since. So, the finances is great. I bought homes, I've sold them, I've made money, I'm debt-free at 39. I used to go from living paycheck to paycheck, anxious, how am I going to make this pay? How am I going to buy these groceries? It was stressful. And just the financial piece was stressful. Lo and behold, our jobs, and lo and behold, personal life. Like being a nurse, there's a lot of pressure, right? So those were things that were big for me. But not only that, I think for me and just diving into the business is your confidence grows substantially. How you see yourself, how you view yourself, how you want to support people, right? Like for me, when I look back and when I first began my nursing journey, I was scared to present. I was anxious. I had sweaty palms. I remember even the first few go lives in the business or videos in the business, which again, by the way, you don't have to do, right? That we don't have to do those things, so if someone's watching, it's not like you have to, do go lives or do videos, right? It's just something that we choose to do. But for me, looking back, I kind of laugh about it because I would never want to do it. I'd be scared to do it. I would fumble. And now I'm like, it is just part of who I am now, right? Just being
Yeah.
much more comfortable and confident behind a camera, and just the confidence that I have in myself, right? So a lot of personal development, a lot of, working through fears, so those kind of things are a big achievement for me, which I never thought I would be able to get to. And I don't think I would have got to if I just stayed in my nursing realm, right? Being comfortable. I think that's a lot of us. We get stuck in that comfort. We get stuck in, our comfort zone and don't want to step out. And so if I never stepped out of my comfort zone, I wouldn't be where I am, right? So, and being 39, I don't have to wait till I'm 65. I'm already looking at ways to reinvest my money. And do I open another business, or do I, do properties or real estate or something, right? To try to make additional income. Because why not?
Yeah.
The more income, the more freedom, and the more I can support my family. So yeah, that is it.
Okay, brother, it's a good one. At least to all viewers of Brother Dustin, or for example, who are watching there in the Go Live, this is also Go Live in his business page. Look at him. He is a nurse who is retired at 39. So this is a beauty of this business, because it really set us up for an early retirement. So the potential of the business is very, very great. And as I can see also, I'm already 4 years in this business, and as I go along, as long as I keep on going, then the potential is really great. From having that income as a low, then right now we are going to have a four figure monthly, and then going to 5-figure monthly. And that's the beauty of this digital business. Unlike in your job, it has a limit.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, whatever you did your best, but that's still your salary. With this business, if you do something, if you put effort into it, the potential is really great. And that is how this business is giving brother Dustin time and financial freedom. Because sometimes, brother Justin, we can have time, but we don't have money.
Yeah.
We can have money, but we don't have time.
Yeah.
So this business can give you both time and financial freedom. And of course, even if you're still in your full-time job right now, me, myself, this business can go along with my full-time job. Because when I started this one, I still have my full-time job. Right now, my job is only side hustle also, because my job is online as a nurse educator, because we migrated here last year. And that's the beauty of this business, brother, because I was able to bring it. I started this business in the Philippines. I was able to bring it here in the United States. So if I have a traditional one or a brick and mortar business, I cannot do that one. I cannot bring it anywhere in the world. So thank you so much, brother Justin.
Of course.
Any last word? And before we'll go to the last parting words, can you give, because you said a while ago that this business is a bit easy. There's a hard part, there's an easy part. But of course, can you give 3 features that you really love about our digital business? And then last word or advice to your viewers.
Yeah. I mean, I think number one, I think the best thing that I like about this business is that it challenges us, right? It challenges your growth. It makes you step outside your comfort zone. It's not that I got complacent in my nursing career, but it just felt like it was the same thing over and over and over and over, which is okay. I mean, there's comfort in that, right? There is comfort in that, but this, there's that challenge, right, in this business where it's like, you have to learn, you have to grow. Things are changing. Social media is changing, right? So that's what I like about this, right? It's the challenging piece in a way, but also the simplistic piece that goes along with is that it's automated, right? So we're not selling anybody, any products. We're not trying to force our family or friends into some sort of business, right? Basically, we're just marketing and advertising the business opportunity to people and share how it's changed our life, right? And then the people follow us, right? Because everything is like plug and play, right? You just plug into the business, you plug into the system, and you follow the steps, and you do exactly what everybody else is doing, right? So again, that's another thing that I love. And also, too, is that you're never by yourself, right? So you always have your coach, you always have your mentor, and you always have a community that is going to be there to back you up and support you, right? When things might get tough in your business. So you're always getting all the up-to-date features. You can always make sure that you can plug into our masterminds. You can plug into our community chat role. You're never alone when it comes to this business, right? And that's another thing that I love about what it is that we're doing here. You hear multiple times, especially I've been in this business for 6 years, that they come into this business and they're like, oh my God, I've never had so much, support. I've never had the mentorship like you provide. I've never had the coach like that. I've never had the training like that. Right. So you hear that time and time again, which is amazing. And so that's one of the big things that I love here about this business. So, and then lastly, another thing that I think is really cool is that we have a tech team that's behind the scenes. That is the ones that are responsible for, your website or your sales funnel and how it's set up for you. Because again, if you were to decide to do your own business tomorrow in the online space, those things are costly, right?
Yeah.
So that is all set up for you here, which is a great thing about our business. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love that one, brother. Me too, because I'm really proud of this digital business because it's a world-class one. Like when you look at our training, it's like we are having another school or school works, but it's so easy because it's video based. And what I love about this is the mentorship that we have.
Yeah.
And the automated system we love about this, and that's why we are not bugging friends, we're not chasing friends and family, because we have that automated system that will do the marketing and that will do the selling for us.
Right.
So any advice, brother, last few words and advice for those who are following you and of course wanting to venture into this digital business?
Well, I wouldn't even say following me. I would say also following here to you, because they're not just following me. I mean, they're following you as well, right? So
yeah.
we hear it all the time. It's there's many people out there who are looking for a side hustle or an online business or a wage extra to generate extra money, right? And then they come across a business opportunity, and the reason why they don't take the leap of faith, or they don't join, or they don't follow their curiosity, is because they get in their head, right? They get in their head and they tell themselves that, what if I fail? Or they have that fear of failure, right? Or they make themselves believe that it's not real or that it's not fake. So, they are able to actually stir themselves to a different path, which for me, it's like, why do that to yourself, right? I mean, fear will always be there. It's always how you move through that fear, right? We're a living, breathing proof that this business is, legitimate, right? I wouldn't be here tonight wasting my time at 9 p.m., talking with you if it wasn't legitimate. As we know, we get T4s at the end of every year for our business, here in Canada. In America, you get a 1099 or a W-9, to know that it's incorporated with the government, right? So we pay taxes. We can write things off. That's the beauty of our business as well. All my trips I just took this year, they're tax write-offs. Right. So another beauty thing of our business. Right. So for me, I just tell people simply, right, if you're looking for a way out, if you're looking for a change, take that leap of faith, get curious. You can do your due diligence, get curious, make an informed decision to see if this business is for you. But, I always challenge people before they get in their head, right? Because really, realistically, there's only that 10 to 15 second window, right? Where you're looking at a business, you're looking at an opportunity, and it's like, oh, this looks good. I want to check it out. You got to take your leap of faith, and you got to do it then, because 5 seconds later, 10 seconds later, you can get in your head and your brain can tell you all the things that may go wrong, right? So I tell people, when that opportunity or that window is there, is when you have to take that leap of faith, because your brain is so easily manipulated to tell yourself or follow those self-limiting beliefs, right? Those self-limiting beliefs are those things that we told ourselves when we were kids, or trained by our parents or guardians or whomever, that we're not good enough, or this is fake, or this is scam, or this isn't real, because that's just how we were brought up. So we have to move through that fear. And so I tell everybody, take the leap of faith, check it out yourself. If it's not for you, then it's not for you, right? That's it. Simple.
Okay, that's true. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, for those of you who are looking for a legit online business, this is the one. This is the real deal. So thank you so much, brother Justin. Yeah, we paid taxes. And of course, we are from the US. We have the 1099, and that's good. And remember, the tax write-off is real. That is real.
Yeah.
And that is one of the secrets of the business owners, the tax write-off. So guys, start now. There is no better time than now. So connect with us, connect with brother Justin, connect with me if you resonate our story. So all you have to do is to register your name and your email address on our website. So there is the website of brother Justin there. So register and watch the free webinar, which is every Tuesday and Thursday I think we have tonight. It just finished tonight. So we
Yes.
have every Tuesday and Thursday, but you can watch it anytime you want. So I think that's it for now. So again, thank you so much, brother Dustin, for the time and for guesting on my Go Live. This is again Behind the Digital Business Successful Story. This is my episode 99. I'll see you again next week. Thank you so much, brother
Wow.
Dustin.
Thanks.
Thank you.